All right, sir. So I'm always excited to talk to you, but and this time in particular, even more so because the last time I actually got to talk to you was like 3 weeks before the first season of this actually came out. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so I
Crazy.
haven't been able to talk to you since.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciative. But the question is, how has it been sort of riding the wave? Because when we talked, obviously you were on the creative high of having done this show, but this sort of hit culturally in a way that I guess you guys didn't expect. So if you could talk about the experience of riding that wave and working on the show after that.
Yeah. There was no way to prepare for the wave. I feel like when we were talking 3 weeks before it came out, or I absolutely didn't expect nearly the extent of the impact the show would have. You definitely hope that there's a lot of people that are going to see it and that it's going to actually affect people in a positive way and then it can help people. But there's no way we could have prepared for what it was. And I think that the first, yeah, I mean, especially the first like month or so that the show was out was shocking. It like life changed immediately.
Mm.
I've never experienced that before, but I think just over the course of the few years it's been going on, I think that, I don't know, it's been really interesting to see how the conversation has changed about the show and how it still affects people now and people that will still come up to me. I guess not recently because we're all wearing face masks,
Yeah.
but I think it's clearly still had an impact on people and it still means a lot and people are excited to see the story end. And I'm happy that it just remained relevant and that we can end it on our terms and that it is still a show that has remained impactful through and through. And yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I won't ramble too much.
No, not rambling at all. Speaking of ending on the terms, given that it is the final season, it's not just season 4 because it's going to be another one. Did that weigh in on you guys while you were shooting? Did it make it different at all, or carry more responsibility while you were shooting it as opposed to the other times?
Not for the most part. I think that like every year we get so immersed in the work and just wanting to do the best job possible. And when you're in the thick of it, when you're in the middle of a season, it's so hard to even think about that kind of thing. You're just working and that's just what it is. And you're working hard. I think once it was hitting the last, let's say, month of shooting, we're like, man, we're in there's only this amount of days left.
That's it.
This is my last time at this location. This is it definitely started to get a lot more, I feel, sentimental and emotional in that way. And the last day of filming, the last couple of days of filming were super emotional, especially. But yeah, I think for me though, I've always wanted to go into every season and do the best job possible, but I've never had the privilege of being able to live with a character for this long and
Mm.
sort of build and flesh it out this much. And there were some key moments and key themes and things I wanted to hit for Clay this year because I feel like there's still so much to learn about him and explore. And I just want to do the best job possible. And I was really, really focusing on just telling myself that this is the last time people are going to see this character and to round it out, in a way that feels complete. And I don't know, I was really focused as much as possible this year for sure.
Do you think that, I mean, I have to travel lightly here because we don't want to spoil anything, but if we think that Clay has gone through the ringer, that nobody's prepared for what's going to happen this season, do you think that sort of, how did you decompress? Because it's such a sort of tightly challenge for him in terms of emotional, psychologically, what he goes through the season. So I imagine staying there wasn't easy. How did you sort of handle that part of it?
That's a good question. There's Clay sort of gets introduced to the ringer this season. And yeah, I don't know. I just try not to get too wrapped up in it. And I think that in terms of like, if I were working every single day for a full 15 hours or whatever, which is, it's close to that, how much I work on the show. But I think that at least in terms of giving me the time to breathe after like everyone was on the crew was very kind and respectful in the sense that, separating scenes like that, and sort of letting very sort of intense scenes have their moment, and to maybe a day off follows one of those or whatever. They're very, very careful and respectful in how they scheduled all the scenes. That honestly, it kind of just comes down to something like that with scheduling and whatnot that sort of helped me. And so I don't sort of go off the deep end at any point, because there's a lot of heavy material this year. not just for me, but for everyone. So.
Yeah, so my time's up, and just in case another 3 years go by before I get to say, you did a fantastic job with this match. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it.
Great to see you again. Thank you.
All right, same here.
Yeah,
take care.
See you later.